Welcome to the What Happens Next YouTube channel. What we're aiming to do with this channel is share content designed to make sure that you're supported through whatever's next in your life. And we'd love to continue to do that. I've got a favour to ask today, and what I'd ask you to do is just subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it really helps us deliver really good quality content on a consistent basis. Thank you, and let's go on to the interview. Help me understand a little bit about what you find about the gap. So you know that you said about that gap in between financial education and getting ready for speaking to somebody like you or I.
Yeah.
What are the main component parts of that gap, do you think?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that typically, a financial advisor, when I first started, you needed to have around 50K to speak to a financial advisor. I think what we've seen is a lot of advisors have left the industry. And so now there are less advisors, but more people that need help. And so financial advisors are now saying, well, actually you need 100K. And so we're at a point where if somebody, how does somebody get to 50,000 or even 100,000 if nobody's taught them how do you manage, £10, £100, £1,000? So for me, it was really important to say, well, actually the people that need financial advice the most, the people that need the help the most are actually being alienated from getting it because they either don't.
It's a real difficult one, right? Because people like you and I who want to do some good in the world, actually there's a bit of a I don't know if you find this, but there's a bit of an element where you've got your business hat on going, well, actually, that running a regulated business means that I can only service X amount of clients and therefore I need to make some really tough commercial decisions, but you still want to help. And I'd imagine that's where the education piece comes into play.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes, the way I always see it, as financial advice, it's not the cure to cancer, but imagine having the cure to cancer and then saying, well, you need to have 50K before you can get it. That's almost what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? We've got this thing that we know that if people make X, Y, Z changes, we know it can make a positive impact, not only on their lives, but on their kids' lives and generations to come. Yet we have a commercial side that says, well, we can't afford to give this to everybody, so we'll just give it to those that can afford it. And for me, me coming from a background of, a council estate and a very working class background, it felt very wrong for me to be helping people and every day the people I'm helping don't come from a similar background to what I came from. And it's actually, you want to be the change that you want to see. So it was really important for me to go back and say, how can I offer some help and some support to people who need it? And I know they need it because I needed it and my parents needed it and they never had it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I don't know how you feel about this because we're from fairly similar backgrounds, East London boys who have done all right.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is I was lucky enough to learn through getting involved in a profession that taught me about money.
Yeah.
But not everybody gets that chance, do they?
No, exactly. And not everybody is really comfortable with money, Some people might just be an artist and, prefer to maybe really good at speaking or drawing or whatever it is. But everybody makes financial decisions every single day. So whether or not you're really, really up with numbers and really confident with money or not, you are going to have to make financial decisions, whether to take a bus or a train, whether that is, do I bring food from home or do I, have lunch out? All of these things are financial decisions and are impacting the money that you do have and the money that you might not have in regards to savings because you're spending it. So you need to be able to be in a position where you can make these decisions comfortably.
Right? Yeah,
Exactly.
Completely get that. And I suppose the question that I was asking before is where do you think the biggest gap is? When you're doing the education piece, where do people go, oh, you know what? I wish I would have known that 5 years ago.
I think the biggest gap, and this is the one that I think blows people's mind, is that money is a tool to make more money. I just don't think no one's really ever taught money in that sense. We always understand money from a point of view of I've got money and I can now buy something. That's how but you haven't really been taught I've got money. Actually, I can use this money to make myself more money. That concept isn't taught on a day-to-day basis.
It's really interesting.